Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're calling us from. My name is Joyce Yundu, a solutions engineer at Esri Eastern Africa, supporting the commercial and nonprofits industry. So today we are going to look at how we can draw insights from ArcGIS for Microsoft. And before we dive deep in, I would want to speak about your work. All of you who are calling us or are rather joining this webinar. Your business is addressing all world's challenges, be it urban and development, environment, human health, conservation, engineering, public safety, energy, education, economic development, just to mention but a few. And our work is to help you do your work, or rather excel in your business, or help you be on top of your business. Our work is to create useful technology that helps you to be successful. How exactly do we do this? We do this by providing you with ArcGIS that has solutions spanning from products that help you with your work. We have support, technical support, and we also have education, which is key for us really, so that you are on top of, or rather you are at par with technology even as it advances. The system, ArcGIS, is an enterprise IT platform that adheres to open standards, and it's a well-architected platform that comes in form of software as a service, and platform as a service as deployment patterns. You can be able to access the system through the desktop using ArcGIS Pro. You can access it through the web using web applications, and also on your mobile devices. Think of field workers out there. And if you want to make your hands dirty, then you can consume the developer side. And at the heart of it is the portal, be it ArcGIS Online or Enterprise, which is scalable, secure, and reliable. ArcGIS is designed for everyone, and it supports individuals and organizations and communities as well. Think of GIS and IT professionals, think of knowledge workers, think of mobile workers working in the field collecting data, think of executives and analysts and data scientists, think of casual workers, and also for public engagement. ArcGIS is a platform for partners, and by this means, it means that it's open and interoperable. We are able to integrate to other systems. With ArcGIS, you can access no-code or low-code applications, APIs in this case that are readily consumable, and you can also access configurable applications which are really easy. And at the end of the day, this enables systems and solutions for all markets that you can think of. ArcGIS integrates with other systems, and this is what it means by saying it's a system for partners, really. It interconnects and enables enterprise business workflows, and we are able to work with partners such as IBM, SAP, Autodesk, Adobe, AWS, just to mention but a few. But the reason for this really, particularly this webinar, is Microsoft. We want to look at the integration of ArcGIS with Microsoft. And these systems that are mentioned here, these are directly supported as part of the ArcGIS system. ArcGIS for Microsoft is designed for key business players. Think of CIOs, chief innovation officers, and IT leaders who want to maximize the use and benefits of technology within the organization. They do this by combining ArcGIS with Microsoft 365 products, and these business leaders can bring the power of location into existing productivity solutions. They will be able to see significant value in capitalizing on two technologies already used by the organization. So we actually just complement what you already have in place. Think of business users. These typically use Microsoft business applications such as Excel, Teams, Power BI, or SharePoint to create reports, manage projects, and collaborate with colleagues. These business users may span across sales and marketing teams, finance teams within an organization. Think of NGOs who are majorly project-based. Think of project officers and also monitoring and evaluation officers. Business developers also benefit from this solution, and these are more technical and develop and maintain configurable business applications using Microsoft tools such as Power Automate and Power Apps. They design, develop, and deploy process-specific applications, and they integrate these applications with other enterprise systems, and they may use more advanced tools and technologies to create solutions, and mostly they are specialized knowledge and training than business users. Think of business GIS professionals. Like most of you who've joined in today. Those of you who are aware of Esri's software offering, but you need to now know that we have a new integration with Microsoft 365. You'll likely be interested in seeing how ArcGIS for Microsoft 365 expands the reach of your GIS work within your organization, provides you spatial capabilities to non-GIS users, and at the end of the day, helps your organization make better data-driven decisions. ArcGIS for Microsoft components deliver an innovative mapping experience to everyone in an organization with direct integrations with Microsoft 365, Power Platform, and Microsoft Fabric. For custom applications, it has a developer story with a .NET framework and a secure place to deploy your core technologies on Azure infrastructure. For custom application, it integrates with Microsoft's productivity applications, intelligent services, and configurable apps and process builders that allow users to interact with spatial information and better understand relationships and trends within the apps they know and trust. While these components can support individual workflows, and there are many cases where they are complementary, such as data managed in Excel spreadsheets, including spatial representation, can be used as Power BI reports datasets, or how Power Automate flows add spatial dimensions to Microsoft team-based charts, thread, or workflows. There are many opportunities really to use the components individually, the three components here, Microsoft 365 Power Platform and Microsoft Fabric. You can use this individually or in conjunction with one another, taking advantage of an organization's investment in technology. Now, how do we define Microsoft Fabric, or what is this Microsoft Fabric? It's a full service analytics and AI platform. It's designed to give business users an end-to-end solution supporting all phases of an analytics lifecycle. And when I talk about business users, it's not your typical business. We are all in business. You're all on top of your business, doing various activities within your industries, be it natural resources, be it the NGO world, be it in your typical commercial space. That's your business. So this life cycle includes bringing data in through data integration, improving data through data engineering, storing information, and performing advanced data science and business intelligence analytics. Fabric came about to help solve some of the key challenges organizations face when trying to do enterprise analytics. So one of those challenges is that it's difficult to scale analytics to accommodate the growing size of an organizational enterprise data while also reducing costs. At the same time, there is need for analytics, which is a growing need. So data-driven organizations need to grow the adoption of business intelligence and other analytics to serve the needs of different teams and line of business. That way, more people can be involved in data-driven decisions the organization needs to make. As a result, there is need to make data more accessible to everybody in the organization while still keeping that data source. To do this, organizations need a way to break down data silos and eliminate unnecessary data sprawl where data is scattered across separate places. And they want to be able to do this without needing to copy data and maintain duplicate data sets. Fabric is Microsoft's response to these challenges. It's meant to be a powerhouse platform that enables enterprise analytics and serves the center of enablement for every user. As a result, you get a secure way to democratize access to insights across your organization. It takes a lake-centric approach that's based on open standards, which allow it to integrate with lots of different platforms and data sources. This reduces the need to duplicate data, which allows organizations to align around a centrally governed source of truth. All of this helps deliver an accelerated time to value. Organizations can leverage a powerful, unified enterprise analytics solution to get more out of their data with lots of flexibility to work seamlessly against the same enterprise data in many different workflows. Now, narrowing down to ArcGIS for Microsoft Fabric, this unlocks the where in your data. It's a continuation of the Ezra support for users of Microsoft Fabric, and it helps you unlock the where in your data through spatial visual. These capabilities are powered by ArcGIS and delivered through seamless experiences within Microsoft Fabric workloads. Users can work with data that you may not think is spatial, and with this, you are able to unlock new insights that can only be uncovered by leveraging spatial relationships and asking spatial questions. And ArcGIS for Microsoft Fabric enables these capabilities for all kinds of knowledge workers, including business intelligence analysts, data scientists, data engineers, and many more. ArcGIS for Microsoft Fabric has 3 key tools that we'll be looking at. So first, it's available through the powerful interactive mapping and analysis capabilities that are already in Power BI today. This provides location insights through Power BI dashboards and reporting. Second, we are delivering ArcGIS geoanalytics through Fabric's data engineering and data science workloads. This brings an authoritative library of geospatial analysis functions that you can leverage using Spark and apply to your big data. They enable users to uncover patterns and trends in very large datasets and bring location insight into predictive analysis workflows. This is available for public preview. Then, thirdly, we have an end-to-end mapping and visual analytics that goes above and beyond capabilities that are available today. This is a new feature focused fabric experience that enables users to map, visualize, explore data with one leg seamlessly alongside data from ArcGIS. Active development is going on and full capabilities will be realized at the end of this year, 2025. So we have heard a lot about the various visualizations and analysis capabilities that are being made available in Fabric. But one of the key benefits of ArcGIS for Microsoft Fabric is that it helps you integrate with your enterprise IT and location intelligence systems. This enables you to leverage your existing investment in geospatial technology and fuse that with the work you're doing in Fabric, whether you're transforming your data or generating information products for maps and applications. We see this as a potential gateway to true enterprise analytics that unlocks the full breadth of what you can do with Fabric as well as ArcGIS, especially for users with an ArcGIS user type. I'll be able to break down ArcGIS user types and the exact kind of licensing that is needed for this solution that we are providing with Microsoft. Narrowing down to ArcGIS for Power BI, which is our main focus as a tool for Microsoft Fabric, this adds a new layer of depth to analysis within Power BI reports. It enables users to leverage location to explore information such as sales, customers. It could be even projects where your projects are be able to show impact and other key enterprise data sets in their spatial context. Throughout your reporting workflows, ArcGIS for Power BI lets you read spatial information from a data set or convert location information into features on a map by geocoding it or matching it to a well-known geography. This means that you can spatially enable data from your Fabric one lake within your Power BI. ArcGIS Visual is fully interactive with other report components, and it can be used as a filter or filtered as users interrogate the report. It can also be extended with other layers, produce additional context, for instance, by incorporating demographics or area of interest. This will be demonstrated later on towards the end of this webinar. And at the end of the day, this tool really enables data citizens and report creators to configure reports that provide new forms of insight to better support business decisions. Looking at the components of Power BI, we have Power BI for desktop, which is a Microsoft Windows desktop application that you will have to download and install. We have Power BI service, that is a software as a service, and you can also access Power BI on your mobile phone that is available on phones and tablets. Then we have ArcGIS for Excel, which we'll be looking at as part of ArcGIS for Microsoft. And we have had a lot of various visualization and analysis capabilities. So for ArcGIS for Excel, this is an add-on for Excel that you will be able to download and set it up, be able to access your ArcGIS on Excel. So what are the benefits of maps in Microsoft 365? For Excel specifically, you're able to map addresses or coordinates. You're able to add data from your organization or external sources. You can be able to do infographic cards, be able to perform geo-enrichment, route system, enable it capabilities, and what you have an identity, which is an end user, to perform various functions within the system, such as viewing, editing, creating, analyzing, and sharing maps and other content. And you are able to access this through applications and products such as we have Power BI there, we have Microsoft, we have ArcGIS for dashboards, insights, field applications, story maps, and so much more. Licensing options are user types, as I've mentioned, and this enables collaboration between teams. We have collaborators and GIS professionals. So GIS professionals, these are users that have the key licenses to access the system, the creator, the professional, and the professional plus. And we have collaborators, people working in the field, those who are contributing, and viewers who just want to be able to view information products. And these simplify access and licensing and administration at the end of the day. So specifically for ArcGIS for Microsoft, this is available to Microsoft 365 users. That means you already have your license for Microsoft. And these Microsoft users have 3 licensing and pricing options that include standard experience. The standard experience does not require an ArcGIS identity, and this is immediately available to all Microsoft 365 users. It allows users to perform basic mapping, analysis, and file sharing at no cost. But when you're working with Excel and SharePoint and Teams, you're able to use the map data that already has latitude and longitude coordinates, and you can match this with addresses, boundaries, or coordinates. Viewer user types. This is a viewer user type who gains access to the spatial capabilities that come with the standard experience, as well as accessing private content that is shared by organization. And users can access various analysis services such as drive time analysis, as well as premium services such as geocoding, geoenrichment, or routing operations. Additionally, they get full access to ArcGIS Atlas, Living Atlas of the world. And with that, I would like to dive into the demo, and we'll start with ArcGIS for Microsoft 365 with a specific example for ArcGIS for Excel. So I'll share another screen and take us through the demo. Then we'll be able to look at Power BI and finally invite any questions that may come up. Victor, confirm you can see my screen?
It's visible.
Yes. So for ArcGIS for Excel, it's an add-in that you download. And once you download, then you're able to set it up, and you will find that in your Excel now, when you open Excel on your machine, you'll be able to access ArcGIS here on the tab. So when you open your Excel file, a new worksheet, then you've already set up your add-in. You will be able to click on Show Map. That's active. Then you'll be required to sign in. So signing in, you have an option of signing in to your enterprise or your ArcGIS online. And for my case, I've been able to sign in to my ArcGIS online, and now I'm able to see a base map right here. Then we have an option of bringing in data. You can bring in data layers from either your Excel file. This is tabular data that you're working with, or ArcGIS, since now you're connected. So for ArcGIS specifically, you'll be able to access data that is within the portal that you're signed in. be it your enterprise or ArcGIS Online. So once you're signed in, then you're able to access content that is visual that you're signed in. So you can be able to bring in web maps, you can be able to bring in feature layers that are within this particular portal. So I had already brought in data for Excel. And this is sample data from a conservation entity. They were able to do routine patrols. And once I bring this data in, I am able to plot my points. As if you look at the layers, you can see that I have my Excel file here, which I was able to plot the points, and we can go ahead and symbolize. We have a function for symbology. So we can symbolize using the location. We can go ahead and do our styling within ArcGIS for Excel. We have properties that we can be able to use to configure pop-ups. If you have attachments also, you can be able to visualize there. We have layer visibility range that you can set. We have labels. You can choose to show labels for your points. For instance, if you are mapping schools or hospitals, we could be able to show those names. There is layer transparency provision. There is also a provision for you to actually refresh. So when I click on add, I have the option for bringing data from Excel. I had brought mine, and you can, whatever you're bringing in data, you have to check this and first make sure that the first row has headers, and of course the location type is your coordinates. If it's point data, then that will be able to draw. Alternatively, you can also bring in data from your ArcGIS Online. You can search and bring in data, and you're able to draw it here. So that is a quick example of how you are able to plot points using ArcGIS for Excel. Besides that, we have a provision for working with base maps, Esri base maps that are provided for the system. You can make a selection, you can search. We have an option for doing analysis. You can measure distance, and measurements could be in metric or whatever unit of measure that you want to work with. So for instance, we have these 2 points. We can measure distance from here up to here, and you can see that it's actually 24.83 meters. Then we can also set home extent. You can set a bookmark, and so on and so forth. Specifically for signing in, you can sign in, sign out within your organization. Could be enterprise or ArcGIS Online. You have settings as well that enable you to get notifications within when you have new um, when you have updates and whatnot. Elizabeth, I'll take questions, or you can just type in the chat. I'll address it as we proceed. All right. So for ArcGIS for Excel, all right. Looks like you are seeing a different screen altogether. So the first screen, that was how to set up your add-in and how to access data from Excel files, and also ArcGIS Online. So this is an example of data that I have already plotted, and we have routine patrol points. based off this table that you're seeing on my far left. So we've been able to plot these points using the latitude and longitude field. And we've been able to plot our points, and we have been able to style these points um, using the observation type of observation type that was captured within our data set. So we have animal sightings, we have human conflicts, we have also human wildlife, human activities, and human wildlife conflicts. And I was just taking us through the capabilities of this solution, ArcGIS for Microsoft. I've said that you can bring in data from either Excel or ArcGIS. So if I switch to ArcGIS, then I can search for ArcGIS online. I can be able to bring in within the operation. I've those that we have different kinds of base maps that are the system or the Esri technology. This spanning street maps, imagery map. We have option. If I select measure, then one of these I can be able to perform measurements, and we have different units here. So for my case, I'm going to use metric. I can measure from this point to this, and I can see that the distance is 1,039 meters, or rather roughly 1 kilometer. So here under settings, I am able to sign in to my ArcGIS, and the signing in option, it could be your ArcGIS online account or your enterprise. So it works, the solution works for both enterprise ArcGIS, enterprise and ArcGIS online. Also, you have navigation tools where you can set the home extent, and you can also bookmark that. So basically, that is how ArcGIS for Excel works. I was exploring base maps. So we have the same base maps that you accept price are also accessible here on your ArcGIS for Excel. So basically that is how ArcGIS for Excel works. So I will dive right into Power BI. I'll start with Power BI for desktop. We look at Power BI for desktop and Power BI service as well. So I'll share another screen altogether and take us through the interface and look at sample reports that have been done within Power BI and how exactly we can access ArcGIS, or rather just look at the integration between Power BI and ArcGIS, which comes under Microsoft Fabric. All right, so Victor, is my screen
Yes.
visible? Yes. So this is a sample report, but first, when you create a report, when you first power your Power BI for desktop, you can start with a blank report, or you can be able to open existing reports that you have been able to create before. So I'll just go back and show us the interface with an already existing report. Yes, so we have, of course, we have the home. We can be able to insert visuals within our report. We can do modeling of our data, view, and home. So I'll start from my extreme right. We have data. Once we bring in our data, so at this juncture, I'm assuming that we already have prerequisite knowledge for Power BI, and what we are looking at really is the integration between ArcGIS and Power BI. We've brought in our data, and you can actually see that our data has a couple of fields, 6 for this case. We have the area office, we have the country, we have the gender, reach, which ideally counts as impact, and also the status. So looking at the visuals, we have a number of visuals, and specifically for us to access ArcGIS for Power BI, it's an icon right here. So as we add visuals, the different visuals, be it slicers, be it charts and graphs, we are able to add also the map visual. So we have the map visual right here, and once I click on it, then you can see the fields that have been used in this visual are highlighted on my data tab. So I have the area offices, which are the points that we can see here mapped or displayed on the map. We have the country. These are programs within Sudan and South Sudan, and also we are able to visualize reach within this particular visual. So the area office, we are using the geography, or rather the names of our area office. And before I dig in deeper, so I'll just change this to table view so that we are able to see the outlook of our data, right? So we have the country, we have the area offices, we have the program, different kinds of programs, we have the status, we have gender, and reach, which is impact. So I'll go back to my report view. That was just a snippet for us to get an understanding of this data. So we have the area office, which is a place name. And once we add that particular field to the location, then we have our points drawn on the map. Then we are able to style this, or rather symbolize this using size. So for each dot, we can see that here in West Darfur, we have quite a big number of sum of reach, or rather impact here, as opposed to Central Darfur. We can see that even in a region like Al Gedarif, there is also a high impact that was reached within these particular projects. So we can go ahead also and symbolize our countries using color. And I have also just added a layer from my ArcGIS online. So coming to the map specifically, we have layers. We have the area office, which have been able to map using the Power BI. by bringing in my tabular data, and I have the Sudan, I have the Sudan states, which I've been able to bring from my ArcGIS. So how to bring data from ArcGIS, you select ArcGIS, then you're able to select content, either from your content that you own, shared by the groups in your folders, shared by the organization. You can be able to add that information right here and consume it within Power BI. So those are the layers. Then we can also look at the various base maps that you can access here. We have the imagery with labels, terrain, National Geographic. Then you can also perform selection, you can search, and you can perform analysis. You can be able to enrich your data using the enrichment tool. So you select your country or region. For our case, it's Sudan. So we select Sudan. Then we are able to see the variables that are there. So we have demographic variables such as population, income, age, households, and these can be used to enrich our data. You also have functionalities such as joining layers. You can be able to join layers. You can also be able to perform analysis such as finding similar sites. And of course, Power BI as a tool, besides the map visualizations, you have been able to add other visuals, and this makes your report very interactive, such as if I select maybe the programs here, I want to see all programs under wash, I select, I am able to view my programs on the map, and everything else within the visual will be able to filter and show me values that fall under this particular program. So we can see the number of females that have been reached within this particular program. So we have 30,982 in Sudan. For South Sudan, we have quite a number, that is 227,962. We have males in the two different countries. We can also see the sum of reach by status. Within this program, we have returnees as the largest number, refugees, followed by refugees, hosts, and finally IDPs. We can also filter by gender and see if we only interested in males that have been reached within this particular program, we can be able to see that as well. So how to share this information? Remember, this is just on my desktop, right? So I can go ahead and publish this. Once I publish it as a Power BI service, then I can be able to consume it within the web, and also share a link that can the organization. So I'll go ahead. I'll go ahead and click on publish. So I'll be able to I save my changes, then I'll be able to publish this as a service for me to be able to consume it within the web. So once I publish it, then I am able to access it. So I'll share another screen where I'm able to and show you service looks like. Victor, you can see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah. So after I share my report, I am able to access it here, and I have a list of reports that I've been able to publish within my workspace, and I can access them from Power BI service. So we have the homepage, we can create a new report from here or click here. We can browse, we have the One Lake catalog, we have workspaces that we can access, and I have a specific one, my workspace, which is the default, and you can also create workspaces for your different reports that you're working with. So I can go ahead and open one of my reports. So I'll open the NRC programs that I had initially published from the desktop, and I'm able to access it from here. So my map is here. I have to connect to ArcGIS. I sign in. So when I sign in, then I'll be able to view my map visualization right here. So you can see that it's pretty much the same thing that I had published. And if I want to make changes, then I can also edit here. I select a visual and I'm able to see which fields or which data points are feeding into this particular visual. So you can see, again, you can just go through this and see we have our area offices that are mapped here. We can have the color, we can have all these attributes to show on our map visual. We have our pie chart here, we have the filters, the sum of reach, and also the sum of gender by country in terms, in form of a graph. So I'll go ahead and explore another report. We have a sales performance report here. Remember that I mentioned ArcGIS for Microsoft Fabric and for Microsoft 365 are tools for everyone. So we have seen an example of conservation players on Excel having mapped our patrol points. Then we have been able to see an example of an NGO who have been able to map their programs and their impact. This is an example for commercial players. Think of a sales company. We are able to visualize that data on our map. So going to, I'll click on edit so that we have a look at our data. So we have this particular table that has sales, we have country, date, discounts, gross sales, profit, product, segments, and units sold per year. So you might think that this data really is not spatial, but the fact that we have the country and we have geonames for this country, this data is actually spatial. It's more spatial than you think. So we can use the country field here to showcase on our map. So we are able to see the different countries whose sales, or rather whose where we are selling our products, or ideally just seeing our market share globally. So we can see that we have sales for Canada, France, United States, Mexico, on the map. If I clicked France, then I'm able to see metrics for this particular country. So I can see that sum of profit by country, France is 22.38. Sum of units sold and profit by country, I can see the amount there, and I can also see this products that are doing well within this particular country. Then, yeah, if I filter here still, I'll be able to see my filters. I'll be able to see France highlighted on my, oh, that's Canada. Let's do France. So my map zooms into France. I am able to see products that are sold and how they are performing in this particular country. I can also see the sum by profit. I can see the sum of gross sales per segment. Government is the highest, small businesses come second, and enterprise third. Then I am able to see the sum of sales by country. And I have a quick summary here that shows that the leading product was Spatial, which made 29.72% of the total sum of units sold. And we can actually see how far we are from the target goal. So I can filter through my data, drill through the countries that are provided here on my list, and be able to visualize that information as well. All right. Besides that, we can have multiple pages within our report. So if you're visualizing different aspects within if you're visualizing different aspects within your data, then you can have different pages and be able to link these pages and just drill through your data and be able to gain insight from the same. So I have another example still showing how this can be used in the commercial space. This particular report has different it has different pages, as I've mentioned, and the pages are linked from up here. So a quick overview on the first page, you can see that the US has the highest sum of sales, and it beats Mexico by 19.48%, and it also accounts for 21.08% of the sales. So across the 5 countries, the sum of sales has this particular range. So this is a quick summary, also an element that you can add to your Power BI. You can be able to add tables and summaries. And here we've gone ahead and actually visualized these countries in terms of number of sales. So we're able to see that the country with the deep orange, that's the US with the highest number of sales. As we go ahead and actually just seeing that Canada is closely followed, United States is closely followed by Canada, then France, then Germany, then Mexico, which is the final one. So we can also filter our sales data by year. We have 2013 and 2014, we can filter, and just we want to see the outlook for this particular year. And besides having all these visuals, then our selection also is seen visually on this particular map that we have as a visual. All right, so we have different pages. So the first page is showing details on the sales. We can be able to visualize profits realized. In our second page, we still have our map there, so we can use the map to select these particular countries instead of repeating the slicer. So we can select country and we'll be able to drill down and see profit by product and profit by country as well. And our final page is the products. So we can see the products page where we have the sum of sales by country. We can see the sum of profit by year. We can be able to see some of units sold by product and segment. How are they performing? What has increased? What has decreased? And we can also see the product sales across the given years that our data spans from. And with that, I would like to welcome any questions if we have.